this is a first of me reviewing anything and recording it on for the internet for YouTube. Some disclaimers: I am not a pro. I don't even really consider myself as an audiophile. Like you see right now, I'm only using YouTube Music. I don't do Tidal. I don't have FLAC files because I just find it. Kind of stressful to even think about that when most of the time I'm just listening off of my phone or like this, just using YouTube Music. The only other paraphernalia I have for this is I have an amp DAP, I guess. It's a FIO K3. And yeah, that's all there is to it. This video is more of a journal, like a self-journal for me. So I have a track record of how I view each IEM that I have. So yeah. The IEMs in question today are the CCA NRA. I'm not sure what this is, but yeah. I wanted to do a review of this because when I bought it, there's no reviews at all, at least on YouTube. Maybe there's some written ones there, but I haven't seen those. But yeah, I just like all the IEMs that I have, I'm gonna I usually just review them as it is. Like I don't use a different cable. I don't use different tips. I just want to use them how they are at. But yeah, to get things started, I actually like how these cables are. It's like I don't know, they're different from the other ones that I have. For some reason, I kind of like them. Maybe because it's something I haven't encountered before. And so far, they look nice. They look durable enough for me, I guess. And as for the earphones themselves, they look really nice. I think it's one of the reasons why I actually got these, because the turquoise teal or teal, I don't know, teal color they have, it looks really nice. For this front housing, I'm not sure if it's metal. For the price, I think it's just plastic, but I don't know, it looks fine. It looks really well made. There's no imperfections or anything from the outside, I guess. Yeah, but the first major gripe I have about them is their tips. Their tips are really thin for me, and they often do this whenever I remove them. They often they get reversed or something. But yeah, I don't like that. And like, this is the biggest already, and their seal, like the comfort of the IEM itself, is nice, but the tips, they're I don't like them. They're probably the worst part of this set overall. Okay, for the bass, mids, high, soundstage, and details, far from being the most descriptive of it, but I'm gonna do my best. Okay, so for the bass, I find it just enough. I find it to be really smooth. It's very pleasing, very far from fatiguing. This IEM in general is very far from fatiguing, which probably is one of the major points for this IEM in general. But if you're a bass head, I think this IEM is not for you, because it's far from being good. It's far from being strong. It's not punchy. Overall, the way I see it, it's more on the smooth side. It's very suave. For the mids, this is like how do you say this? It's a pro and a con for me. Pro because it's really nice to hear how detailed and separated each instrument is. I really like that. But on the downside, I'm the kind of person who likes the vocals to be on the center stage, and like right now, listening to Yoasobi's Gunjo first take version, uh, her voice the isn't on center stage. Like I can definitely hear the keyboards more. Like yeah, those ones. Um, so it's good if you're the kind of person who listens to instrumental types like math rock or something like that. But if you're looking for that vocals on the center stage, this isn't it. For the highs, something similar to the high notes of Yoasobi's Gunjo and Fana's Love Supreme that you can see here in my playlist. Since I'm the kind of person who doesn't like really bright tones, this one's highs is really controlled. It makes this listening experience when you're listening to vocals doing really high pitched tones. This makes it bearable. So if you're the kind of person who's into bright music, this isn't it. But overall, it's because of that with the how every just like how I explained the bass, everything is just smooth in my opinion. Like everything is just bearable to listen to. Okay, for the details, for the price, it's really good. I think it's good enough. But if you're the kind of person who likes to hear every little thing, this isn't it. Like for example, for the intro of Love Supreme by Fana, you can hear chatter on the intro, like people talking in the background. With this IEM, you can barely hear it. It's not detailed at all. But I think for the price, regardless, it's good enough. I'd like to start my comparison off with these. These are the Moondrop Arias. And compared to the Moondrop Arias, the Moondrop has a brighter treble, which compared to the NRAs is actually a letdown to me because I prefer how the CCA NRA handles the highs compared to the Arias. I find these to be too bright for my taste. I mean, it's warm, but every time there's like a bright symbol, like a bright crash for you drummers out there, every time there's a bright crash being hit, it's too bright for me when using the Arias compared to the NRAs. So, but and for everything else, I think the Arias are still better. Compared to the very first IEM that wowed me was the BLON BL-03s. There's just something with the BL-03s that I really like. I'm not sure if that's the soundstage, but I really like how expansive everything is whenever I listen to these. Everything just sounds wider here compared to the NRAs. The NRAs, it's like the NRAs are your typical closed back headphones, and this is like a trade-off for me. Like everything is just wider here compared to the NRAs. But on the flip side, I think I said multiple times how smooth the NRAs are. Their smoothness beats the BLON BL-03s because the BL-03s can be at some genres it can be really muddy, and also the highs can be also irritating, and the NRAs keep everything smooth, keep everything bearable to listen to. As for the thin T2 pluses compared to the NRAs, I think the thin T2 pluses just do a better job. Then again, they're like twice or thrice the price of the NRAs. But the closest thing I could think of is the thin T2 pluses are just a better version of the NRAs. The smoothness of each track in an instrument here is better than the NRAs, and although this has a brighter highs, it's still bearable enough for me to listen to, that it's not irritating, which something that the NRA lacks. Like the NRA just makes it smoother. It doesn't make it better or stand out compared to these. So yeah, but overall, so should you buy the NRAs? I think you should, although it's twice the price of the EVXs and like 4 times the price of the MT ones. I think this is a better buy compared to those two. This is smoother. This is overall just a better experience for you, for everyone who's just starting to venture into the IEM scene. As for me, since I only have 6 spots in my IEM collection, does this get a spot there? I think it will. So I'll have to remove the KZ EVXs. So to my future self and to whoever is gonna watch this, I hope you gain some information on how I reviewed these. I hope you gain an understanding, and I hope it helps you in your buying decision if you're gonna get these or not. Thanks.